Oh. This is it. This is a mukbang, KFC style. We got Dylan, we got me, we got Asa. He's on the camera right now. We're about to do this. Let's go. Oh.
Come on, everything between us.
You know, you and your dad. That's enough of that.
Chicken.
Hello? Please. Extra crispy.
Yeah, is the original recipe okay?
Actually, just take out that coleslaw and slap those tater wedges in there.
My lion's mane.
Is that part of the car? Definitely is a part of the car.
B9 for you.
Oh wow. This is so much. Welcome. Yeah, so it's a mukbang. It's a KFC styled mukbang. We got Dylan on the far side, we got Asa, and we got me. And we just kind of wanted to talk and eat food. Although, full disclosure, Asa did eat a meal before he knew that this was happening. So you were kind of just roped into it.
Yeah.
Hey, happy to be here. Happy to smell the chicken.
Yeah, the chicken. Yeah.
Yes.
Woo. Ooh.
Does smell really good.
You know, it is Valentine's Day is coming up, boys.
Mm-hmm.
And
True.
And so let's go ahead and let's share our most awkward Valentine's Day stories. Asa, I'm gonna ask you to start because I cannot wait to eat some
Yeah,
food. So
I wanna
please.
be-
All right, yeah, you guys go ahead.
I wanna
I'm gonna
be-
start. Awkward Valentine's Day stories, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
I've never been cool enough to have a Valentine, so I went out with my mom one time.
Oh, you did?
And no. Well, yeah, naturally, Victoria's Secret is actually where we went afterwards. For me, of course. She's a pretty nice lady.
Right.
She would never do that.
Well, I mean, she was nice enough to take me there.
To take you.
Yeah. So we went.
That's not her style.
Yeah, she's more of a Calvin Klein. I'm just kidding.
That's you. Yeah.
Oh. I'll tell you one. So, do you guys remember that name at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Married has 2 kids now.
I
Yours?
did not know that.
No. They do not belong to me. But it wasn't really awkward, but it was more of the first time that I tried to impress a girl. There is an awkward bit. But I made her flowers and stuff. Actually,
Flowers?
I made her flowers. Made her flowers. No. What happened was that somebody else called me out for having a girlfriend and not doing anything for Valentine's Day. Actually called me a so called me that. And I got really offended and upset at myself too, because I was like, no, I'm right, I should. And so I made her this extravagant but really quick scavenger hunt. That's what it is. That's what it's called. And it led to me at the very end, and I was waiting out at the pool west of town.
Yep.
And I think she brought my sister with her. Yeah, and so that was really cool. And then I was like, congratulations, you did it. You want to go out to eat dinner now? And she was like, yeah, but your sister's in the
Can
car
Heidi
too.
come?
Yeah, and I turn around and Heidi's like, nah. I was like, well, this is weird.
You lucky son of a gun.
Yeah, right? And then so I wanted to take her out, but I realized that I was a college student. I came to the realization that I was in college when I was a sophomore. Yeah.
Why did I go
And I had no money. And so I had to ask my sister to borrow $20 from a Valentine's Day.
It's a good thing she came along.
And where do you think that I took her?
The only logical place.
Starbucks.
Valentino's.
No.
Damn it.
Arby's.
Hey.
I took her to Arby's, which is disgusting.
Well, they're curly fries.
Their curly fries are legendary. But it was terrible. And
That's
then we
so
ended up we ended up breaking up, and now she is married and has 2 children, I think. Or 1 and is expecting.
You and your sister?
Hey, speaking of no money, well, so last year, I actually didn't have enough money to pay for both of us. And the meals are like 17, 18 bucks a piece.
And you had no money?
Well, I had enough for me. So she paid for her own meal on Valentine's Day, and I paid for mine. And then after that, it was awkward. Because we were just kind of like getting into like the real kind of stages of dating. We'd been dating for 4 months by then.
Oh, okay.
5 months by then.
Gotcha. Yep.
So it's like, we're getting serious, like,
Uh-huh.
this is happening. And then, up and coming Valentine's Day, yes. I didn't pay for a meal, so I was like, what? But here we are,
Yeah, here you are.
still together.
So, it's going well. It's going good.
It is.
We're not gonna get into the details of your relationship on this mukbang. But
Yeah.
how many times do you think? Because here's the go-to for me on going to dates. Well, it was when I was in high school, because I lived in a town of 900 people,
Ooh.
Binkelman, Nebraska. Look it up.
It's real.
It is real. There was only the movies to go to, only the movie theater. So I saw from when I was a sophomore or junior in high school to when I was a senior, every single movie that was released.
Oh, because you went on so many dates.
Yes. I had a girlfriend, and we went out on the weekends to watch a movie. And so we watched all of the movies. I can't even remember really what movies, because there was just
Because you were
So
focused
many.
on the movie.
I was focused on the movie, but there were a couple of them that I can remember. Do you guys remember the latest Spy Kids movie that was made?
And number 3.
3D?
No, not 3D. There was another one, and it had
I
the
didn't go to it.
yeah. Because when I went, I was like, I'm way too much. Like I'm way too old for this, and it was like a senior in high school. So yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah, and is Junie the boy
Mm-hmm.
who also married Megan Trainor? Did that just happen? What are you doing?
Good Valentine's Day to him.
Anyways, so not Junie Cortez, but the sister. She was like a grown adult in that film.
Wait, did
She was like 30 years old, I
I've never-
swear.
they made one like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
What was it even about?
I can't remember. But I remember I did go see it though.
Because it was that good.
So good.
Yes.
Since you were so focused on the movie.
Right. So some movies we went to were terrible. Some that we went to, I remember really, really enjoying. Like Avatar. Not The Last Airbender.
Not terrible.
But,
terrible movie. Good
Yeah,
show,
but
terrible
the
movie.
blue Avatar. Who's the one that directed it?
Spielberg?
Yeah.
Was it?
Was it Spielberg?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was
Okay.
Spielberg.
So whoever directed it.
Well, he's like in every movie though. Like
Right.
you can't not make a movie without.
So how am I supposed to do this?
I mean, you can't.
I mean, you can.
There's a few out there.
Okay, so anyways.
But you know what I mean? Like, it can be by another director, but somehow his name appears in the credit. Like, what?
Yeah, no, I feel that. So anyways, I remember watching that one in the theaters. Do you guys, that was like one of my favorites of all time until I realized,
Like other movies.
there are other movies in the world. Like, I'm not saying that it's a bad movie. I'm not saying that it's a bad movie by any means.
It's a great movie.
It's a good movie.
It
really is.
deserved every award it got.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
But as like a kid in high school, I remember I was like, that is it. Like, that is the movie. That's the best movie I've ever seen. I watched it like 3 or 4 times in the theater. And it's like a 2.5 hour movie as well.
It was a very long movie.
I spent a lot of hours in the movie theater.
But
But-
the thing is, when you're spending money on the movie theater, you want it to be long because you want it to make
Yeah.
be worth your money, you know?
Because you're on a date.
Because you're on a date and you're like,
Because
time
you
is
need
money.
that time to build the courage
Yeah.
to go hold their hand.
Yeah. And
Give me like an hour and a half, and then my hand will be
Will
frozen.
rest upon the other hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
after you finish the popcorn together.
Yeah.
After we finish the popcorn, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so I remember that was a movie that I really, really enjoyed watching in the movie theater. You guys have anything like that?
In the movie theater,
Yeah. Do you remember watching like you're like, man, I remember that this movie was so good when I watched it. Maybe it's not your favorite anymore because you've seen other movies and you've grown up. But like I remember watching my first ever movie that I remember watching in the theaters is The Phantom Menace.
Dude, I was about to. Me too.
1999.
Yeah, that was the
Dude,
first
no
one
way.
I remember watching in the theaters. Actually,
Not
Yeah.
know that one.
Yeah. What do you got? Not that.
Well, my first, not my first movie ever, but the one, man, the one I was so surprised on. What was it? You were there too. It was about these giant robots fighting the monsters.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. That's what.
Pacific Rim.
Like, I had no expectation of anything, and then all of a sudden, the very ending, where the general or whatever, he's like,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out there and fight. And it's like, what? Blew my mind. I started cheering, like
Yeah.
for real, in
Yeah.
the theater.
Yes. So speaking of Star Wars movies, after the Phantom Menace, I remember for like, what was it? Maybe my fourth or fifth birthday party or something. I guess not party, but my dad took me to
You remember that?
Attack of the Clones, and it's one of my earliest memories in a theater. But I just remember the part where Yoda comes out and fights Dooku,
Oh yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
like the prime of my childhood right there.
Oh yeah.
Probably. So that was one of the
Well-
best moments in cinematic history up until
One
that
thing
point.
was, like, with Yoda,
You know how good Attack of the Clones was.
with Yoda though, like you always expected him to like just be the biggest and best fighter ever, but he never really fought.
Then you
Yeah.
finally saw him
Then
do
you
it.
finally saw it, it's like, yo, this is why he's the head
Yeah.
of everything.
I'm pretty sure I scream every time that I watch it.
Yes.
Just like. Because you don't see it because he walks in with a cane.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he can barely walk, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
he's doing triple backflips around the Sith Lord.
Yeah. Easy. Easy money.
Too easy.
I feel like he could have taken him out if he wanted to. But he had a little.
But- well, it
a
was
little
his
softy.
apprentice, if you think
Yeah,
about
a little
it, so-
softy soft for him.
Yeah.
He didn't have the hard. He had the softy soft.
He probably took a 5 hour.
Oh, he's a Jedi Master too. You can't have the hard. You gotta be softy soft, you know? Don't know fully what that means.
You take that how you want to.
Yeah. When I watch a film in the theater versus when I watch a film in my house, it's a completely different experience, and I
absolutely.
rate the movie completely differently.
Yeah.
Like, Incredibles 2, if I would have seen Incredibles 2 for the first time in my house, I would have thought that it was probably, like, piss poor. You know?
Yeah.
I watched it in the movie theater, and I thought that it was average. I did. And then I watched it again in the movie theater, and I was like, oh, okay, this is better. This is better. And so maybe it's like the more times that you watch something too, you get more accustomed to. You
Could be
can look.
true.
And I mean that's across the board, obviously.
Yeah.
When you look at that, things just get better. But did you guys rate Incredibles 2?
Rating Incredibles 2?
Yeah. How'd you rate? How'd you rate?
Out of like 10 or 100.
It's
or-
tough because the first one
10.
is just like, you know you can't beat the first one. It was so good. And so like the second one, especially because it took 13 years to make one, you had high expectations already,
Yeah.
and then you go into it thinking this better be the best movie ever, or I'm, not gonna like
flip.
it. And so
And they built up the anticipation
So
much.
They did.
And they
Yeah.
could have made the exact same movie that they did. If they would have made it a year or 2 years after, it
yeah,
would have been great.
Like after.
Great.
after the first one.
After the first
Like
one,
they were
if they would have made it
2
like in
years
2006 instead of
Oh.
2018.
I thought you meant like they were 2 years older.
Here's my thing. If they would have made it where everybody was the amount of age older that they skipped in real time, I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to me.
I
Okay.
get it.
So, how many years was it? 15 years or 13 years?
I think 13.
If they would have skipped that much time in the movie's timeline, that would have been an amazing
That would have been
movie.
really cool.
Because think about it, you got grown up Dash, you got grown up Violet, you have potentially, because how old was Jack Jack in the first one?
It was like a new
1 or
one.
2.
Yeah, something like that.
So Jack Jack is 14 years old, and he
Dude.
is
Imagine Jack going through puberty.
absolute.
Wow.
Jack Jack is has the potential to be the greatest supervillain of all time.
Literally.
Think about it. Incredibles 3. They jump 15 years in the future, 20 years in the future. Jack's 20.
Kills Thanos.
He kills his dad. I'm writing the script for Incredibles 3.
Basically Thanos.
It's over there somewhere, okay? He kills his dad. His mom has to coax him back.
Oh, this is hot.
They did have some family issues.
That's what I'm saying. They're setting it up.
We're going for another bite.
That's so big. What are you expecting?
Goodness.
Incredibles 3 could be the greatest movie of all time if they do it right. Is what I'm saying.
If they
they're
make
good.
one.
They
You think
should.
they'll make one?
Didn't they kind of leave
Bring back
themselves open?
Syndrome. He's still alive.
Hey, you never see Syndrome actually die though.
Uh-huh.
He just
You
blew
see
up.
his cape fly off. It could have got tangled in there and caused that explosion. Just the cape? Maybe.
Just
Doubt
imagine
it.
He comes back and he's half his face is burnt off.
Oh my
and stuff,
gosh,
but,
yeah.
But he's still
How
alive
amazing would that be?
What if I
And then he turns Jack against his family.
Boom. Exactly.
What if for
Because
the
he was
third
gonna do that
one?
eventually.
He was gonna do it.
For the third
His
one,
last words were, "I will get your son eventually." I'll get
Eventually.
your son.
Yeah.
they turn it into a live action film.
No.
Like Aladdin, what they're doing for Aladdin.
Well, that's different though.
That is
It's
different.
not different.
What do you mean?
It's completely different.
Turn it all into live action.
So you're saying keep the first two cinematic universes that they've made for The Incredibles
Yeah.
They
and make
us
the third one
another
real
sequel.
people.
It
But
would
keep it.
change the game, dude.
It would change in the worst possible way. In the worst possible way.
Yeah, remember how we were talking about how Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live-action version, was the worst ever? That's kind of the direction you
Yeah.
want to go with this.
Yeah, you're trying to make this the worst thing that's ever happened. And Incredibles is so good.
Ever? You ever seen Rubber? It's a tire that rolls and kills people.
No, is this a real movie?
It's a real movie.
Is this your worst movie of all time?
I've never seen it.
Yes. It's literally a tire. Spoiler alert. A tire that rolls constantly and murders people.
All right, that has been our version of the mukbang. Like I said, go check out Dylan's channel. He said not to check it out, but please go do that if you feel free to do so. Also, continue along to all of the Carpenters channels, especially my boy Asa. And you know what it's been. It's been another edition in the good place, which is my room. So,
Peace out.
see you guys next time.